The guy is gone. He's performed miserably. The economy has tanked. The security architecture has failed. There are no clear trade, industrial, and investment policies. Everything is going wrong.
If Buhari's government was a failure, this government of Bola Tinubu in 2 years is a disastrous catastrophe.
Hello, welcome to Young Man's Media. In this video, we want to review the various interviews that the former governor of Kaduna State, Malam Nasir El-Rufai, has been having with various media. He revealed that President Bola Tinubu has no pathway to win 2027 election. So sit down and relax while we dive deep into his interviews. Like you heard in the intro, why does he believe that President Bola Tinubu is gone? Why does he believe that he cannot win the 2027 election? There are various reasons for that. First of all, he conducted a poll to ascertain the disapproval rating and the election trends in 2027. And his poll reveals the following information.
We have done some polling, and I have mentioned some time ago that in many parts of the country, particularly in the southeast and the north, President Tinubu has 91% disapproval rating. Even in Lagos, he has 78% disapproval rating. Okay, in some states,
and that's a scientific poll.
It's a scientific poll,
right.
and in some states in the southwest, he's doing a bit better. Ondo Ekiti, he's doing better than 78% disapproval rating, but there is nowhere he's doing better than 50%, even in the southwest.
His poll revealed the following data. That the general disapproval rating, that is nationwide, he has 91%. So in the whole of the country, he has 91% disapproval rating. This is shocking. And in Lagos, even in Lagos, in his home state, he has 78 disapproval rating. And it's only in Ondo and Ekiti that he has a disapproval rating that is less than 78%. And in some other states, he didn't even score up to 50 disapproval rating. Now, if election trends are anything to go by, this is true. If you have followed election trend from 2011 to date, you will see a pattern. Like I personally started observing election trend from 2011. In 2011, the aura, the atmosphere clearly shows and indicated that Jonathan was going to win the election, and he eventually won. Now let's fast forward to the time of Buhari. During the time of Buhari, which is 2015, yes, the whole atmosphere once again was say Baba, say Baba, say Baba. And I was wondering, because in my own opinion, I honestly believe that the man was too old and he has nothing to offer. Apart from his age, as a yardstick to measure, you know, there are two things that age can do to a person. It's either you make more money as you age, or you make less money as you age, depending on how you have used your time. So in case of Buhari, after he left governance, for a very long time, for over 30 years, he was doing nothing. There is no clear business that he has set up. So based on those things, I believe that Buhari was not going to perform. Not on any religion basis, but I knew right in my mind that Buhari was not going to perform. But the election trend was saying that say Baba, say Baba. All over the whole street, it was say Baba, say Baba. I began to wonder why? And it was clearly obvious that Buhari was going to win. Oh yes, there was some rigging, but it was obvious that Buhari was going to win, and he eventually won. Now, going to 2023, the atmosphere was also clear. It was Peter Obi. The atmosphere was Peter Obi all over the whole country. And I said to a whole lot of people when we were having challenges with getting agents here and there, what I was saying is that the harvest is there's this saying in the Bible, the harvest is rich, but there are no laborers. And actually, because everybody already bought into Peter Obi's idea, and the whole atmosphere was Peter Obi. And Peter Obi eventually won. but for INEC who subverted the vote. You see, let us keep saying it. Peter Obi eventually won 2023 election. Whether you believe it or not, Peter Obi won 2023 election. El-Rufai also revealed in this video or in another interview that Peter Obi won 2023 election. So let us not deceive ourselves. The trend was also correct. Tinubu didn't win 2023 election. Yeah, for those still doubting the fact that Peter Obi won the election or not, just listen carefully to this interview on one-on-one with El-Rufai on channel television. He was asked this question. Tinubu has never lost election before. Look at his countenance before he responded and look at his answer. He said that can be contested.
Similar to 2015. There are those who will say Tinubu has never lost an election. And it's different as a politician compared to Goodluck Jonathan.
Tinubu has never lost an election. That can be contested, but it's okay.
Now let's fast forward to 2027. Because of his poor performance, abysmally low poor performance, he has no pathway to be in power in 2027. And that is why you have a lot of disapproval rating. Here are some of the things that made him to get the disapproval rating of 91% generally. 1. Poor performance. 2. Bad policy. 3. Lack of accountability. And in general, abuse of law.
The one that is here now, Bola Tinubu, that we all supported to be president, has been given the opportunity. What is the result? We have moved exchange from 400 to 1,600. 30 more million people have fallen into poverty. You know, agriculture has been destroyed because of a stupid policy of making food cheaper through importation. There are so many things going wrong.
But Malam, would it be fair, right, after just 2 years of a 4-year mandate, for you to bring down the roof and criticize this government that has not really unveiled and unraveled all of his plan that he planned for 4 years? It's a 4-year plan, but it's just halfway done, and you think that this government is a failure. In fact, you call this government evil. Is that fair? Is that a fair statement?
It is fair, and I'm the only person qualified to call it evil because I know evil when I see it.
So this
because
government is evil?
It is.
How? In what way?
30 million people
evil
thrown,
is an extreme word to use.
30 million people thrown into poverty. 30 million people thrown into poverty. Look, you know, I met someone, and an elder statesman, that told me that the first time he came in close association with the government was 1959, when he was a polling clerk during the during the 1959 elections. And he said, since then, I have seen governments, I've been part of some governments. And as far as I know, every government in Nigeria comes with the right intention to make the country better. He said, except this one. This is the only government that came from day one only to make money for itself and its own cronies. This is cronyism of the highest order. He said, this old man, he is in his 80s, said, I have never seen anything like this. There is not even a pretense of good intention. This is his assessment. He's 80-something years old, not mine. But the results are on the ground. And we are free to assess our government even 2 weeks after by its policies. We are free to do so. We are the voters.
Yeah,
we are the judge.
Look at some other people's various view about the government of Bola Tinubu, and what other people are saying clearly aligns with what Malam El-Rufai is saying. President Tinubu has failed. He has reduced some people to multi-dimensional poverty. It's not really some people. President Tinubu has failed in all ramifications, and he has reduced over 30,000 million people to multi-dimensional poverty. This is not performance at all. And to anybody that thinks he has a pathway to win 2027 election should rethink again.
Neoliberal policies that have devastated middle class
and will worsen the living conditions of millions.
Madam, give me a moment again. Those who are being the judge and those who will blame someone like you, because you are one of those who convinced Nigerians that that's the right way to go. And 2 years down the line, Nigerians should hold you accountable. Because you came on this platform and you said that that is the man that should get the job done.
Absolutely.
But 2 years down the line.
And that's why you should look at me very carefully and look at yourself when I come back to say I was wrong.
But should I believe you now?
Don't believe me.
You said so to Nigerians
Do not believe me if your economic situation has improved since Tinubu took over. Don't believe me. I can see you have a nice suit and a nice red tie. Maybe your own economic situation.
Similar thing that went 2 years ago.
I don't know. No, I'm asking you.
Look,
the one thing I was almost confident President Tinubu would do would be to have a competent team, solid people. Look at his cabinet. It's a joke. The largest cabinet in Nigeria's history, maybe there are 5 ministers that can be called ministers in the time I was minister, which was 20 years prior. Okay? Who is the Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala in that cabinet? Who is the Obi Ezekwesili? There is just no quality.
Now, you can see the abuse of law is huge. Tinubu has no regard for the rule of law. You see what he did in Rivers State, and you see what he is doing to the governor of Osun State, where he seized the allocation of the state. So these are clear indicators of abuse of law.
Thank you. 2027 is upon us. The fastest election in my career as a journalist that I've covered, at least in this Fourth Republic, where elections are being talked about 2 years, clear years, before the next election. And you are one of those who caused it. As soon as you left the APC and you started criticizing this government, and you warned that you are going to send President Bola Tinubu back to Lagos, you are going to retire him, there are those who are asking, how would you do that? With a lot of people moving into the APC, the governors now moving into the APC, and those who say whatever the opposition is doing is gradually and working steadily for Tinubu and the APC returning in 2027.
They can believe what they want to believe. They can engage in self-delusion. They can use the carrot and stick tactics, to lure governors or intimidate them into joining. Governors that know what they are doing, taking from the till, will have no choice but to join the APC because, when you are in the APC, you are immunized from being investigated for corruption. They will do all that. But at the end of the day, the Nigerian voter will decide based on President Tinubu's performance and the performance of governors. It is not a governor moving to a party that will make that party win elections. I was governor of Kaduna State. I was one of Bola Tinubu's biggest campaigners, but I couldn't deliver the state to him. Bola Tinubu himself couldn't win his state with his own governor in place. So these things are not as theoretical as people want them to be. And if you want to engage in self-delusion, you are free to do so. So I will not tell you how we are going to win. But I tell you very clearly, and I've said this before and I'll say it again, the worst case scenario in the 2027 elections is that no winner will emerge in the first round. We may have to go for runoff. And Bola Tinubu will not be on the ballot for the runoff because he will at best be third in the election. He has no pathway to win. I have done the maths, I have done the analysis. He will be at best third. But he can deceive himself. He may think, I have money. Because they have taken all the money in the country. I have INEC, I have the police, I have the army. You know what, President Tinubu? Invite President Jonathan for a chat and ask him if he didn't have all this in 2015 and we got him out.
All right, that will be all for today. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Share the video so that others can see it. Thank you.